It is said that there are over 110 million farmers worldwide directly benefiting from dairy cattle farming, with the sector creating jobs and business opportunities along dairy value chains and providing nutritious milk and other dairy products to over 6 billion consumers. And to speak on this is a dairy value chain expert who is also the managing director, Kaduna Ranch Development Company, Dr. Ibrahim Yusuf Sahel. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good morning, Nigeria.
This is something I love because I'm a lover of milk. So let's begin by understanding that 2 years ago, the Federal Executive Council approved a national dairy policy for Nigeria. How has this policy fared over the years?
Yeah, thank you very much. So the Nigeria dairy policy, basically, it's just is a document that is supposed to be implemented to drive the backward integration in terms of dairy development in Nigeria, especially as it regards to fresh milk, the availability and then consumption of fresh milk in Nigeria is still below standard. So this policy is shaping and driving the dairy sector day by day in terms of milk aggregation, especially from the rural areas, and also integrating the local farmers into an organized supply chain that will lead to more sustainable growth in terms of improving the sector. So these are some of the things that I can say the dairy policy have been actually contributing to in the country in recent times.
Now let's go into dairy operations proper. What are some of the major prerequisites requirements, especially in dairy cows? What are some prerequisites when we talk about the volume of milk production?
Yeah, thank you very much. So talking about milk production, first you have to consider what is being needed in terms of the dairy cow itself, right? And then what does the dairy cow needs in order for it to thrive, so that you can have increased volume, or you can have good volume of milk collected from these dairy cows. One very important key requisite for dairy production is availability of feed all year round. Another thing that is very important is access to animal health facility. Another key aspect of this is also infrastructure, especially water, access to clean water, because greater percentage of milk is water. So these dairy cows need fresh water or clean water for them to be able to give you good quantity of fresh milk. Another very important aspect of this is also what we refer to as genetic improvement. Most of the dairy cows, or let me say the local breeds we have in Nigeria, usually when you look at their genetic makeup, they might not be able to give you adequate quantity of fresh milk that is required. So because of that, we need programs like genetic improvement, which will actually go a long way in increasing the volume of milk that can be gotten from these breeds of cows. Thank you.
Let's now move to the rural areas where the milk is being produced. How do you say, what are the challenges of milk offtake directly from the rural areas? Those are the farmers at rural levels.
Yeah, thank you. So when you talk about milk collection or milk aggregation from the last mile, that is from the rural communities, so some of the bottlenecks or challenges are things that has to do with access routes, because these farmers live in the rural environment or rural communities, and then you want to offtake milk from where these farmers are located, then there should be an access route which the dairy processors or aggregators that collect the milk are able to pass through seamlessly, you know. Then another very important challenge in this aggregation sector, or let me say milk collection, is the issue of cold chain logistics, because milk is exposed usually to heat, right? So when there is no proper cold chain facility, the milk can spoil easily. So milk spoilage will happen, and then at the end of the day, the milk that is being collected might not be able to be processed into the milk product that is desired, especially yogurts. Another challenge that is being faced in the sector is also the issue of logistics, especially when you talk about the, the, the cold chain, not just the cold chain, we talk about also the evacuation trucks, you know, the type of maybe tricycles or bikes that are used by aggregators to get this milk to the factory in good time from the rural communities. Then lastly, we also talk about infrastructure. So in infrastructure, what you talk about in infrastructure generally is like the milk collection centers, you know, and also some infrastructures like the milk cans and milk canisters that is needed for you to collect this milk and then transport them to the factory without being exposed to contamination. You go to the rural environment, you see that in most cases, what some of the dairy farmers use to collect milk is probably calabash or jerry cans, plastics. These expose the milk to contamination, and then you see that the milk could be spoiled after just few hours of collection because of contamination. So I can say these are some of the bottlenecks in terms of milk aggregation or milk collection at the rural communities. Thank you.
Now, I would like to know, what is the relationship between dairy sector development and several social indicators that are, let's say, beneficial to farmers?
Yeah, so when you talk about social indicators, especially livelihood, right, and then decision making or social cohesion, you know, in the communities. So this is something that's very, very important, because uh, the, the dairy industry provide job opportunities, especially for youth and women within the landscape and within the dairy value chain from start to finish, production, processing, you know, transportation, and even offtake. You see that there is a lot of job creation along the value chain. So these are some of the social indicators, and then this is giving a lot of youth and a lot of women voice even in their communities. It's giving them more decision making opportunities even at the household level, and then contributing generally to improvement of livelihood and then the GDP itself.
I want to know where Nigeria is on breed improvement. That's talking about transforming subsistence dairy farming.
Yeah, so when you talk about breed improvement in Nigeria, so I can say, yeah, we are not there yet, but it is a process, it's a journey, and I believe one day we'll be able to reach the desired outcome. At the moment, most of the local breeds that we have in the country will not give you the desired volume of milk. When an indigenous breed is well fed, has all the health or let me say, attention that is needed, good feed, you know, it will just give you probably maybe 4.5 to 5 liters a day, as compared to improved breed that could give you up to 30 liters of milk per day.
Well, now, Mr. Ibrahim, since we've established that we're not there yet, how do we build sustainable community inclusion in driving Nigeria's dairy value chain?
Yeah, so some of the things that could be done is the improvement in terms of genetics. This could be done through crossbreeding, artificial insemination, embryo transfer. These are some of the technologies that is used in order to improve the genetic makeup of these dairy cows, so that you can have the desired outcome in a long run. So I see us passing through the journey, you know, but I know I'm optimistic that if we are patient enough, and then we do the right thing in terms of access to genetic improvement opportunities and programs, just like I mentioned, the crossbreeding, artificial insemination, multiple ovulation, embryo transfer, then we will get there one day.
Forgive me, Dr. Ibrahim, the title escaped me. Let's now talk about best global practice. Do we as a country have cooperative farming model that facilitates shared resources and collective dairy decision among farmers?
Yeah, so to some extent, I can say we have cooperatives, but we still have more to do in terms of having organized cooperatives that can take decision at the national level. We have cooperative association of dairy farmers. Usually at the community level, we have also bigger umbrellas, either at the regional or the national level. But I can say one of the things that we need to also do to drive inclusivity and sustainability in terms of the landscape is to ensure that we invest more in formalizing these cooperatives, and then also giving them all the necessary support that is needed for them to thrive in the landscape.
Now, on a final note, I would like to know, because everything about cow is not useless. We have the dung, we have the skin, that's the hide, we have the meat, and we have the milk, definitely, and others. Are we maximizing how we use these benefits? Are we using them to enhance our economic GDP?
Yeah, so I can say also to certain level, yes, and more need to be done, you know, because what we are looking at is what is being, what is known as the circular bioeconomy, where most of the things that are being considered as waste could be cycled back to the economy, especially the dung. You know, yes, I know in the rural environment you usually use the cattle dung to produce your manure that is used for crop farming. You know, the hides and then the skin that's being used to make shoes and other items that are essential. But I think more need to be done in terms of maximizing the opportunities and innovations and technologies that can actually help the farmers to use most of these opportunities in terms of converting waste to wealth. You know, yeah. So I can say yes, we are doing that to a certain extent, but we can still do more.
I love that response. And that was the final one. Time isn't on our side. It's good having you, Dr. Ibrahim Yusuf Sahel. Thank you for coming into the program.
Thank you very much.